Greetings, I'm Mac. Where's the text gone? But could this be the Iconian the Demon update? No, it's not. It's the Klingon Recruit DSE update. The Endeavours update with the based on the Endeavours update for 2026. So yeah, there's lots in here. I'm going to quickly go through a lot of the stuff we're going to cover in here. Right, so the Endeavours did DSE update in July 2026, about a month ago from the time of recording. Static Online added a new deep space encounter system. I made a video based on the Endeavours system last week and last year about it. I covered the basics of the Endeavour system last year and covered the new changes in a video last week. But with the Klingon Defence Force Recruit mission goals to earn several points worth Endeavour points, that's going to be fun. Like the last episode, this will be very, very math heavy, especially compared to my other videos. But I will need to cover some information right now. KDF recruits are Klingon Defence Force members who are created during the certain time windows that are chosen by creative staff. This is Klingon Defence Force people who are classed as quote members of the Klingon Defence Force, not members of the Dominion or the Roman Republic, who are allied to the Klingon Defence Force. I've got to cover that, make that clear. That's big important thing. The last chance I managed to cover was March 2026 on PC and April 2025 on console. Yes, we're expecting sometime console to be getting a KDF recruit sometime in the near future. Near is relative. I cannot personally verify many of the assumptions I have to make, at least at this time. To verify this map, I need to do some of these tests on a quote fresh account with a fresh Klingon recruit. However, I don't have access to a fresh KDF recruit. I just don't know whether next time I'll be able to create one to do this. Also, my math could be wrong and I'm making assumptions based on facts given, which may be wrong in the first place. Many of the assumptions may appear to take longer than the actual progress, but I can't verify it regardless of either way. This also assumes that the few bonuses that the KDF do not all count the various bits for Endeavour XP. So you get maybe we did actually include it this time around, so made a boo-boo there, but it's because I did math differently this time around. But after reading that note, the old system, recapping how it used to work, and this is more or less the same as last time. There are 4 big tasks that each to be completed within a set timer. The set timer resets to the preset time based on the server. As I said, these times are basic. You can see on the screen when you're playing the game how long you've got left to complete it, and the times are 5 p.m. UTC or 5 p.m. or 1700 UTC or 1700 Zulu time for the universal, and 1000 UTC Zulu time for the free personal endeavours. The universal task is given to all player accounts at the same time. So in the screenshot shown above, everyone is being given the option to queue up for the binary circuit TFO. The personal endeavours are a unique set of tasks that created for each player account. What's from a preset number of tasks I will point out. So what the tasks are per account. A single character must complete each task fully. So in the example below, deal kinetic damage in space. Whichever character is doing this one must do all the kinetic damage to fill up that bar to complete it. And same with hull healing and foreign ships. Foreign ships will be in various places. Okay, I will mention now the Klingon recruits unlocks a 5% bonus and 10% Endeavour bonus for themselves and initially for every character. In the past, Cryptic or Decker, depending on who was running the game at the time, has run several bonus weeks that has earned the amount of XP earned for that week. I won't be taking these bonus weeks into account because I don't know when they're going to be, and there's not enough data to predict them yet. But this also makes my tables a lot harder and a lot trickier to understand than what I've already got. Trust me, I'd rather keep that out of it. So let's quickly go over the old system, and this is the math bit. The quickest way for the old system to work was to the fastest way to progress was to do all the tasks each day where possible, given that the universal didn't reset daily, and that's the thing. For the Klingon recruitment mission, you require to have the equivalent of 5 points, not per day, per progress, per knock, off most of the time. This works out that, by the way, but it works out that using the old system it takes 2 days per point and base. And let's actually put these numbers in the old, putting them in what the requirements will be. So as you can see, the goal will be 100,000 XP, 200,000 XP, 300,000 XP, 500,000 XP, 700,000 XP, or 1 million XP. So, and these basically have 5, 10, 15, 25, 35 and 50 pet points. With once you hit 10, the first goal and the third goal, you do get increased for the KDF recruits. So assuming the player does all the endeavours on the KDF recruit, we can estimate how long it will take to earn this goal. As I said, we worked out it's about 78 days to complete every endeavour task. As 78 days is nearly 3 months. It's not really possible to do within the month-long event, and you really don't need to do it all in the month-long event, because it's not even, as I said, this is one of the ones that's not even possible. And every task that you still have at the end of the month is still available when the event ends. Okay, the new system, what's being added? The new system, well, I'm going to quickly explain. This is basically the new system with a quote daily one. It's basically just 3 DSEs and the wrap-up, which you can do. You get about basically equivalent of almost 20% of, about 18% of the get out of a per point, so you work out just shy of. So you just end up being needing 6 days to guarantee to get a perk point. But you can also, every character gets the mission Deep Space Daily Routine Operation Daily, and that gives you 25,000 Endeavour XP. What this is per character. It doesn't really apply to us much beyond putting it in. Each DSE mission itself earns about 380 XP per mission completed. This has a cap of about 12,000 XP per day for the DSEs only. This is before any bonuses are taken into account. This also works out that 33 DSEs will max out to the cap. And of course, I've got to mention the old system still works. So how much can we get per day for one character? Well, the daily DSE cap gets us about 12,000 XP, and basically gets us 60% of to a perk point. And this is before we add the wrapper. The old system gives us just slightly more than 12,000 XP, and also gets us slightly close to. Gets us slightly closer to. Gets us all the way to. Gets us slightly more closer to the thing, and the wrapper is 2,500 experience and but it's locked to a daily time and effectively once per day. So it works out that you, for KDF recruit, gets about 1 perk point a day. So let's actually try and work out, if you try to do 33 DSEs, the wrapper and the daily, how long would it actually take? So this is the math that's come out. Now it takes about up to 35 days, and this is based on playing 33 DSE encounters every single day, assuming that you can cope playing the same type of missions for 3 hours every day for over an entire month. Again, most of the events actually take slightly less than an actual month, so we're short by a few days. I said earlier, this is totally based on math, on assumptions that I can't get from what I have at the moment in the game. And to slightly repeat what I've said last week, the same issues from last week really. DSEs focus on getting Endeavour XP and not much else. This means you don't really earn reputation marks, and at least one of the other girls require you to use the TFO system at least 150 times by hitting the random button, that is. And you can't do that at the same time as you're doing a DSE. So that's but at least you can use the TFO system a few times, then you use it to level up your reputation system and some other systems as well. Well, you can level up the reputation system assuming you actually have the marks, which you probably will have if you're using the TFO system, and you also can do some duty officer and ability using the duty officer and ability systems while to earn deliveryman progress to other girls. It's just more, but it's just really is progress. Most of the old system, or the older system can't be done with DSA unless you're willing to re-roll. And I will point out that it's possible that re-rolling several times may not even get you what you're looking for within during a DSE. Whilst reroll tokens can be bought with lithium, it's going to be really limited supply without paying for actual cash for its end, because you don't get much anything beyond Endeavour XP for doing DSEs, and you have to rely on something else. But anyway, this has been Mike Sharp Writer. Next week we've got something about ships from the starbase going to somewhere else. Anyway, it's Mike Sardek. See you guys next time.